So For Honor is finally back and is now open to everyone, which I think is great since I feel everyone should get a chance to enjoy this game. Now that I can finally get my hands back on it, it's time to continue my Hero Guide series to help a few people out. So today I'm going to be talking about the Warden. The Warden is one of the first characters you get to use in the game and is a well-balanced hero. He has a few very quick attacks and a dangerous mix-up which can punish opponents who don't want to play defense. Anyways, I'll be breaking this video down into 3 parts: offense, defense, and how to fight against the character. So starting off, we'll talk about offense. So when engaging with an opponent, you can take advantage of his fast attack after sprinting. It's a great way to take advantage of an opponent who will try to get the first strike in. Or you can use it as a way to re-engage with an enemy after running away. But it can be read by an experienced player, so don't use its speed as a crutch. Next, I want to talk about his light normal attack. So if you manage to land a light attack on either the left or the right of your opponent, you get an automatic second light attack, just like Orochi does. It is guaranteed damage, and the only time I don't recommend it is if you're going to start mixing up your opponent with his shoulder bash. As for heavy attacks, they're hard hitting but they're pretty slow, so they can be easily blocked and even parried. The only time I recommend using a heavy is if you plan on feigning it by pressing B or circle. So now on to his shoulder bash. You can use this move after dodging to surprise your opponent, knock them off a ledge, or just to keep the pressure on an opponent who's turtling up. The downside is this move can be sidestepped or dodged, leaving you open to be punished since the recovery is just too slow. You can also use shoulder bash after landing a light to start the shoulder bash mix-up. You can keep repeating this mix-up until you run out of stamina, which can be useful if your opponent is near a ledge or any sort of environmental damage like fire or the geysers. And just so you know for future reference, if you get caught in any of these strings that the Warden or Debushi has, you can just roll away from them to save yourself the headache. Also, I guess I should mention his zone attack. Personally, I never use it, but it is fast and can catch an enemy off guard. The only downside to it is that it uses up half of your stamina, so don't try to follow up with anything too aggressive. Now on to defense. So the Warden doesn't have too many defensive options other than just blocking, the highlight being that he can counter an overhead attack. So if your opponent attacks you from above, after you block it you can do a light attack resulting in a fast overhead counter, which you can then begin to combo from. And you don't have to time it precisely, so don't worry about having to try and spam it out as soon as the overhead touches your sword. Other than that, she doesn't really have any retreating quick attacks to get you out of a pinch, so you just have to play good defense and open your opponent up from their mistakes, or you can wait until they go for a guard break and punish them for that. Warden doesn't have fast walking speed, so personally I just stand my ground and wait for an opening. So fighting against the Warden isn't actually too difficult to do. If you play as an assassin, it's easy to harass the Warden. Just try not to attack the head too often so you don't get punished. When there's a gap between you guys, watch out for the shoulder bash, since it can catch you off guard if you're zoned out or you're just too tense from a close fight. If you're paying attention, the move is actually really slow and can get punished. If you get hit by the light attack combo, don't panic and just focus on what's coming next instead of trying to block the second unblockable light. If you're fighting a Warden who loves to use heavies, most of the attacks can be poked right out of, so if you time it right, you can start combos off of it. Other than that, the Warden isn't too scary to fight, and you should have an easy time going up against them, especially if you've been playing for a while. Anyway, that's about it for this guide. If you found it helpful, you should definitely leave a like since it helps small channels like mine. And if you didn't like the video and didn't find it helpful at all, leave a like anyways and tell me what you didn't like about the video. And if you want, you should subscribe because I'll keep posting these character guide videos about every day. And before I end this video, I just want to thank every single person that has came and supported these videos and subscribed to the channel. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I'm about to hit 800 subs, which is just crazy to me. I also really appreciate how the people that do support the videos are down in the comments helping people out and aren't being vulgar or rude. So again, thank you all, and I'll be back with another video tomorrow. So click on one of those videos on the side for more content and gently tap that circle to sub, because if you do, I won't have to quit YouTube, and then I'll stop making these guides, and then you have the in-game thing which doesn't really help. It just tells you stuff.